Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with MLB 13 The Show, and we've got some Atlanta Braves franchise coming your way right here as we face the Miami Marlins. Now, recently we've played every single team from the National League East. Had the Mets not too long ago where I beat Matt Harvey, and then we had the Phillies where I ended up losing that one, but we got 100 RBIs the 100th RBI, sorry, with Freddie Freeman, and then the Nationals, and now here we go against the Marlins. So, of course, I'm not able to play the Braves or anything like that, but hopefully we can go ahead and get a pretty good win right here. Medlin is pitching, of course, for us here today. So he is the front runner right now for the Cy Young. And what's this? It goes right down the line, but it is fair. So Marlins getting their first hit of the game very early on one that, gosh, not the best. At least it wasn't an extra base hit. So I got to be careful here because with Medlin, I don't want to give up too many hits early on or his confidence is going to go down and it's going to be that much easier for the Marlins to get a bunch of hits. So Justin Upton almost not able to get there. That's going to put runners on first and second. So now Medlin is going to go ahead and face Madison with 2 outs now. So seeing a lot of new players kind of come into the game now. I know as we're getting towards the end of, or we might actually have passed it, the end of the regular season for the minor league teams. You know, a lot of those guys are coming up as teams are starting to expand their roster and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing because it is cool seeing like all these other players and, you know, getting to implement some more, you know, pitchers out of my bullpen and stuff. But at the same time, there's a reason why these guys are not playing in the major league. So as I go up against some of these other guys, well, I should be able to destroy them, especially when I'm talking about the pitchers. But anyway, we'll kind of reach that bridge, of course, as we get there. But anyway, Brian McCann here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 count's going to drill this one. Absolutely drill this one into right center. That is going to be a huge blast. This is another one of those ones from McCann that I wish they went ahead and let me know exactly how far it went. Like, they show a little animation right after this, which I usually skip through for the sake of time. But for the last couple ones from McCann that have just been absolutely destroyed, I get nothing. I'm wondering if it's because it's so far, the computer won't admit it. I was able to destroy that ball that much. Doesn't want to embarrass itself. Anyway, Dan Uggla now just a couple pitches later. He's going to hit this one into right field. Stanton diving for that one and missing. It's going to roll to the wall, so Uggla's going to round first, get on over to second. Nobody's been able to get the ball yet, so I'm rounding second and going to third. And Uggla is going to get a stand-up triple. Now, the downside is this happened with 2 outs, so unfortunately, Uggla's not going to be able to come home, but wow. What a great at-bat for Uggla. His first and probably his only triple in the season. This one going to Hayward and right, going to try and make the throw over to first. Not going to be in time. But Medlin gives up another hit here. So Marlins really getting the hits going early on against Medlin. Not too pretty for him. But want to make sure that I have as good of a game as possible. So heading on over for second. McCann's throw way too high. So Uggla not able to apply the tag in time. That's kind of dangerous here. I mean, I know what happens when you steal a ton of bases. I mean, heck, I'm the one who does it more than anybody else in this season here. But this one going on the ground, Stanton going to be thrown out over there at first. So that is going to be it here for the Marlins in this inning. All right, bottom of 3 now. Chris Johnson, who, tell you what, really been impressive in the second half of the season. Like, the first half, he did all right. I mean, he was a pretty mediocre player. There was even points where I was like, I don't know, should I go ahead and take him out and bring somebody else in to play third, especially with his defensive problems. But honestly, the second half has just been tremendous. I mean, I'm glad that I've got him in right now. So Justin Upton getting a hit himself. Now I have got runners at first and second. But this is the time for me to go ahead and really start to get things going, add to this 1-0 lead that I already have. So confidence becoming a huge factor now for the Marlins. We're seeing it right at or below the halfway point. Jason Hayward. This one over the heart of the plate. It's going to go into right field. Stanton not able to make the catch. No, I'm not rounded third. No way. I thought about it. Don't get me wrong. But no, I can't do that. Not with Chris Johnson. All right, so Freddie Freeman. Well, play it first, but a run comes home, so that's going to go ahead and add to his RBI total, so I'm okay with that. And that should count as a sacrifice anyway, so it shouldn't hurt him too much in the batting average. Actually, it shouldn't do anything at all. So Dan Uggla now with a home run for himself. Yes, he does. So triple home run right now for Dan Uggla. We've got the two toughest parts of the cycle taken care of in his first two at-bats. So I'm excited for what's going to happen in the rest of the game here with Dan Uggla. Can we achieve the cycle? Time is going to tell him I have to be very careful and be patient up at the plate. Make sure I only swing at the good stuff here, so that way I can get something maybe into the gap to get him a double, or who knows, maybe even something down the line. But that's going to make it 3-0 here. Justin Upton hitting this one up the middle, so he'll get on first, and then there'll be some opportunities for me to go ahead and steal a few bases here with Upton. Now, I feel like I haven't been able to go ahead and steal as many bases as I would like. It seems like, right before the All-Star break, I was stealing like crazy. Now, not so much. So it's kind of good to get back to this here. And that was honestly a great throw. Justin Upton barely touching the base before the tag was applied. All right, so Freddie Freeman again up at the plate. Now, I might head over for third. Or I might go ahead and hit this one into the gap. So Justin Upton will round third and come home. Freeman heading on over to second. So an RBI double for him. That's going to make 2 RBIs in the game today for Freddie Freeman. This is what I like to see out of him. I mean, I know the reason why he's leading the major leagues here with RBIs. It's just because everybody before him is doing a great job of getting on base and then stealing. So Carlos Jimenez, only 7 games under his belt now. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, over 6 innings. This is not pretty at all. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, there's guys who are coming in who haven't been playing in the majors for that long at all, probably brought up from the minor leagues. This one for Uggla. Rolls to the wall, rounding first, heading for second. I'm excited about this. Until I go ahead and hit the pause button and realize that gets scored as an error rather than a double. So I could have just been a single away. And then what I would have done, I'm not going to lie, what I would have done is, even if it would have been like an extra base hit of some kind, I would have just stayed on first so I could have hit the cycle. I don't know if it unlocks some trophy. I'm sure something, would happen. At least I could go ahead and make a video about it, just saying, I got the cycle. But I don't know. I still got a couple more at-bats left to go. Angelton Simmons. This one is going to be caught, but no, it's not. I'm going to tag up and come home. Even though I didn't really need to tag up, a couple mistakes right there by the defense here for the Marlins. Gosh, that would have been a great catch. Even if it would have been caught, though, I still would have been able to come home. So this is what I'm talking about here. These guys who come in, just not doing too hot at all. Stolen base right there for Angelton Simmons. And it's really easy to go ahead and get hits off of these guys because their control is so bad, and so the ball is going to drift over the heart of the plate. It's also a lot slower, so I got more time to be able to watch these things. But a hanging curveball, you cannot do that to me. Oh, you can make the catch. All right, so maybe you can do that to me. Scott May now coming in, so finally a familiar face here for us. Well, for the Marlins. So I faced him before, and I've been able to destroy him. I mean, you can see he doesn't even have a fastball, so all of his stuff is going to break. So that helps out with timing by quite a bit. Kind of gotten this game down a lot more. I mean, when I go back and I take a look at the first games, the first few games that I've been doing of MLB 13 the show, I'm just like, geez, dude, what were you doing? Like, what were you thinking? And now, really been able to pick up on it. Rockies are up there with me right now for the most doubles. Now, I was up by 5 at one point. And it seems like the Rockies been hitting pretty well. So that one, going to be a stolen base here. I'm back. I feel like I'm back with stealing bases. So, all right, Brian McCann, who had that home run to be able to start things off for us here in the 7th, is going to get a base hit. So, B.J. Upton will come home. That's going to make it 6-0 here for the Braves. Marlins are going to have to do a lot to come back here in this one, especially with Medlin still having a tremendous game so far. Strikeouts really haven't been there, but he's been forcing the ball on the ground by quite a bit, and that kind of seems to be what's been going on lately. So Not as many strikeouts as I would like, but it's efficient, pitching all around. Gets the outs one way or another. Of course, I have to be talking about this when the Marlins get yet another hit here against Medlin. So here we are in the top of the 8th. Going to make this one drop and go outside, but it's going to make contact with it. And another one that goes down the line. The throw over to third will not be in time, so that puts runners on second and third. Medlin better find a way to be able to get out of this one. So 2 outs here, fortunately. 1-1 count. Going to throw this one low and inside, try and force something on the ground. But just a liner over to Justin Upton in the left. Jack Ash, another player who's only had 7 appearances. So, kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen here in the bottom of the 8th. Maybe the Marlins just figure, we're done. We're not going to win. We're not heading to the postseason. Let's just go ahead and give these guys some time. Maybe that's what they're thinking. All right, so a little side excitement right here. Beach ball, which has no shadow whatsoever. All right. So we've got that little distraction taken care of. Juan Pierre. Ho, ho, ho. Throwing that one back in. Okay, so again, runner on first. Medlin actually getting that hit. So if Medlin's getting a hit off of these guys, it's not going too well here for the Marlins pitching, and it kind of makes me wonder what's going to happen. So Chris Johnson going ahead and getting the hit to put runners on first and second. Andrelton Simmons getting out right before that here. So now Justin Upton coming up to the plate. Confidence now a factor as well as energy. But this one, oh my gosh. Yes! Home run, 3-run blast for Justin Upton. My guys have like a little contest or a little rivalry going within the team here to go ahead and get hits. We're seeing a lot of my teammates here really going ahead and excelling towards this part of the season. Going for top positions in, RBIs and batting average and home runs, things like that. So, Zach Phillips, no appearances in the major leagues, coming in right now. All right, so we've got a complete newcomer to Major League Baseball. This is kind of cool. So he is a lefty, of course, 6'1", 190 pounds, only 26 years old. And he's facing Jason Hayward. Oh, man. All right. So, 9-0 here, bottom of the 8th. My gosh. And welcome to the major leagues, bro. Home run, Jason Hayward. That is what I call demoralizing. Your first pitch, very first pitch of your Major League Baseball career, you give up a homer. Man. All right, so I'm thinking this may not be too good here until we go ahead and reach the postseason. Might see a lot more runs just because of these guys that I'm facing. But I might put some guys in myself here from the minors. I mean, we have expanded to the 40-man roster. All suiting up here. All right, so double steal. No throw whatsoever. Now we've got runners on second and third. Fortunately, Ugla's not going to be able to go ahead and get a hit. He grounds out, so that's going to be it for him here today. Not able to get that cycle. Stanton going to get thrown out. Oh, no! Whose fault was that? Does that get scored as Johnson, or does that get scored as Freeman? Looks like he got scored as Johnson, so another defensive error for him. Count is full. Medlin's going to walk him. Trying to go for the complete game shutout right here with Medlin. I'll go ahead and help him out here in the Cy Young race. I think Mike Minor's the other guy who's in there too for us. So that one hit on the ground. Bases are loaded. Not going to make any change right now. I mean, we're up by a pretty good amount. So there really is no need to go ahead and bring somebody else in. But 2-2 count. This one going to be hit on the ground. Oh, taking his time. Chris Johnson, man, what was that? You got to pick it up and make a quick throw home for the force. That one is going to make it 2 runs here for the Marlins. B.J. Upton using his whole body to get momentum into this one. Bases are still loaded now. 1 out here. This one going on the ground. Dang it, Ugla. What was that? What was that? Oh, I could have had a double play to end the game. But no. I take a bad angle on that one. Oh, 10-3. Marlins are just getting lucky now. That's all it is. Juan Pierre hitting that one on the ground. That's going to be a double play, and that will end the game. So I guess that was nice. I gave him an extra run. We'll just say it was that. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More Braves to come later on, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.